Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a special guest to help us with our notes. What are we going to be looking at today, Kaylee?
The mountains of Europe.
Great.
The mountains of Europe are Ural Mountain, Alps Mountain, Mont Blanc, Mount Elbrus, and Matterhorn.
So which one are we starting off with?
Ural Mountain.
The Ural Mountains. So the Ural Mountains create that boundary between Europe and Asia, and it's the mountains right in here. You may have to move your head a little bit, Kaylee. Mountains right in there, separating those land masses into the two continents. The Ural Mountains are mostly within the country of Russia. They do extend south from that. And the highest point in them, they're not high mountains, they're old mountains, but they're not very high, is over 6,000 feet at their highest. What's the next set of mountains, Kaylee?
The Alps.
The Alps. So the Alps are the highest mountains that are completely within Europe. And the Alps mountains run here north of Italy. They stretch in through Switzerland and Austria. They're famous, especially in terms of tourism, for the beautiful scenery around the Alps mountains there. The tallest mountain within the Alps is Mount Blanc.
Part of the fun and much of the expense of enjoying the Alps is riding the various lifts. Whether you're riding cogwheel trains, steep funiculars, or gondolas, the views are breathtaking. This gondola drops us in the traffic-free village of Gimmelwald. This tiny intersection is the heart of downtown. On a sunny day, you understand why people say, if heaven isn't what it's cracked up to be, send me back to Gimmelwald. The village, established in the Middle Ages, incredibly on the edge of this cliff, was one of the poorest places in Switzerland. Its traditional economy was stuck in the hay. Its farmers make ends meet only with help from Swiss government subsidies and by working the ski lifts in the winter. Modern tourism has perked up the local economy as well. The village operates like a big family. In fact, most of the 120 residents have the same last name, Von Allmen. Collecting grass to get their cows through the winter in this rugged terrain is labor-intensive. Each hard-working family harvests only enough to feed 15 or 20 cows. Life can be tough, but they'd have it no other way. A generation ago, developers wanted to turn Gimmelwald into a big resort town. The villagers thwarted those plans by getting the entire town declared an avalanche zone. From that point on, no one could get permission to build anything bigger than a house or a barn. Unlike neighboring resort towns, Gimmelwald remains a vital community of families, locally owned and proud of it. Most of the buildings house two families and are divided vertically right down the middle. The writing on the post office building is a folksy blessing. Summer brings green, winter brings snow. The sun greets the day, the stars greet the night. This house will keep you warm. May God give us his blessings. The oldest building in town dates from 1658. Study the log cabin construction. Many are built without nails. Gimmelwald has a strict building code. For instance, shutters can only be natural, green, or white. The stones on the huts are there to keep the shingles from blowing off during strong winter storms. Farmers hang big ceremonial cowbells under their eaves, waiting for that festive day in the spring when the cows move from their barns up to the high meadows.
See if you'd want to go to the Alps and check out this mountain coaster. So Kaylee, is that something you and Dad need to go do someday?
Yeah, probably.
You would do that?
Maybe.
I'd have to talk you into it, wouldn't I? All right. So what's our next mountain?
Mont Blanc.
Mount Blanc. So Mount Blanc is the tallest mountain in the Alps. It's between Italy and France, over 15,000 feet high. So it's a super tall mountain in the Alps mountains. What's our next one, Kaylee?
Mount Elbrus.
Mount Elbrus. Now, it's not just the tallest mountain in the Alps. It's actually the tallest mountain in all of Europe. And it's located in Russia, over 18,000 feet high. Now, it's a little different than the Alps because Mount Elbrus is actually an inactive volcano. So it's just one large peak. And then the last one, Kaylee?
Matterhorn.
The Matterhorn. The Matterhorn might be the most well-known mountain in the Alps, and it's definitely because of its unique peak. Very sharp, tall, jagged peak, known for difficult mountain climbing. Located on the border between Italy and Switzerland, also over 14,000 feet high. I said that it's difficult to climb, so let's take a look at that. That's a pretty narrow top that you're walking along with a pretty sheer drop on each side. All right, so that's going to be all the notes that we have for today. Let's thank my daughter Kaylee for helping me out here. And Kaylee, what do we say? We'll see you next time.